This isn't going to be so much a review because I've already reviewed this. You can actually watch my review on this laptop here. There's lots on the market right now. There's lots of videos on YouTube with this laptop, and I reviewed this not too long ago, like a year and a half ago. So I mean, the whole gaming landscape hasn't changed, but we do have some very demanding games that have come out in 2023 and right now in 2024, some very, very demanding games. You know, we talk about optimization, all these problems with these games. This laptop GPU still does have 8 gigabytes of VRAM, which is something that we do worry about, that VRAM amount. So it's got a lot of VRAM on it. It does have a lot of raw power. So this review is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to do like a review of the laptop because I've already done the review of the laptop, but I'm going to look at it quickly in terms of how this thing may fare in 2024. So I'll do, you know, my typical inspection, and then I can talk about, you know, some of the things on this laptop that might be really appealing that you may not find in other laptops in 2024. And then I'll just do some game testing and thermal testing and that kind of thing. Okay, so here's a look at the actual laptop. I really like the white model. I think it's super clean. They had the white model in the 2023 as well. I actually ended up with the black model though, which is also quite nice. It has kind of like a metallic look with like a sparkle. The white here is really nice. I think they did improve on 2023 because this actually has like a green, very, very minor green tinge to it on the keyboard, which actually went away in 2023. Like, this is nice because it almost looks like it would, like it had fingerprints on it. It's still white, but it's like an off-white versus the chassis that is a very crisp white. So that kind of fades over time, you know, that kind of, so that basically, they got rid of that in 2023, which is nice. And then 2024 is totally different, so that's kind of nice. The key trackpad I always really liked on the ASUS Zephyrus G14 as well. It's like, I don't know if it's glass or plastic, but there's definitely, like, you can see, you know, some type of translucent coating on the top, which, you know, this has like typical laptop body, and this is nice and smooth. It has a nice click. I always really liked the ASUS trackpads on these, and I always liked the G14 keyboard too. Just do a quick test here. Yeah, it's a fantastic keyboard. I gave it all the praise. I've given it praise for years, actually, technically. There's no need to do a crazy typing test, but I will tell you, I really like the G14 keyboard. I always have, and they stepped it out in 2023 and 2022. The 2021 one was also nice, but this one, they're just even nicer. So the trackpad here is super smooth, very precise, nice click. Like legitimately an enjoyable click. It's a huge trackpad too, right? Big trackpad, may not show up on camera, but it's a big trackpad, basically as big as it could be without shrinking the keyboard down. Nice and smooth, beautiful clicks on it. It feels really nice when you actually click on the trackpad, which is a big one for me. And then it's nice and precise. You know, ASUS makes good trackpads, they always have. And the typing experience is fantastic too, so. Yep, like I can just sit down and just bang out an essay on the G14 keyboard. It's a pleasure to type on, super enjoyable. I love to type on this keyboard. The only thing that would really rival with this keyboard in a gaming laptop would be the Lenovo Legion, and that's quite an ask, right? So the fact that this is like a nice, tight second to that says a lot. All metal chassis too, like this is that magnesium chassis, so it may, you know, if you just walk up to it, it may look kind of plastic, but it's not, it's all metal. This has, you can actually see, has a really nice, almost like a enamel type coating on it, really beautiful. Nice soft touch kind of enamel type material. They're really, really beautiful with that. It's a super aesthetic. I just love the white G14 from 2022 and 2023. It looks basically exactly the same. So that's really nice there. This one here, of course, you know, does have the webcam in that. That's good. So very, very aesthetic laptop, very beautiful laptop. You know, they went for the thinner one on 2024, but this thing was already super portable, right? Like it's a thin laptop, right? It's not going to be as thin as a MacBook Air, but this is not really much thicker than a MacBook Pro. I don't even know if it is thicker than a MacBook Pro. I recently did a video on one too, like maybe the tiniest bit thicker than a MacBook Pro. It doesn't look the same. Like the new one has like, it's basically stealing the MacBook look. This one doesn't have that, right? Like it just looks a little bit more like a hybrid type laptop. It does have some gamer vibe. If you go with the black one, it's super stealthy actually. Much more stealthy than the white. The white just pops though. Like you're not gonna walk into a room, people are gonna be like, oh, look at this gaming laptop over here. They're gonna look at it and be like, man, that's a nice, clean looking laptop. Like it just looks nice, right? And here's a look inside of the laptop. So I always really did like the inside of this laptop. The previous ones, I mean, so the new one that comes out in 2024 doesn't have SODIMM slots. So if 2024, the RAM you get is the RAM you get. So that's one of the issues there, is they actually introduced this laptop with a 16 gigabyte variant in 2024, which I don't care if people say, you know, you're buying a laptop for that kind of money, thousands of dollars, you're gonna want it to last. 16 gigabytes is the bare minimum right now. If you're playing games, you can easily with a game running and nothing else running, you can get really close to 16 gigabytes these days. A lot of games are getting up there. So, I mean, yeah, you're getting to the point now where you may need to actually have more than 16 gigabytes in the future. On the 2024 model, you're going to be soldered and you're going to be stuck. Of course, if you do professional tasks, hybrid type use, it's not that hard to exceed 16 gigabytes really, right? Like 32 is a lot for a lot of people, but this one here you can take to 24. So it's got 8 gigabytes soldered to the motherboard, and then you can stick in an 8 gigabyte stick for 16 if need be, or you can stick in a 16 gigabyte stick. So we'll do an audio test here, so mind your headphones if you have them. The G14, the 2022 model, and the 2023 model have awesome speakers. Okay, so I'm going to test some games. I'm not going to test, the games from 2-3 years ago because they've already been tested on this. Yes, there is going to be some maturity of the drivers here over time. The 6800S just literally got drivers today. So there will be performance uplift even from back then. But I want to test the most brutal game. So let's come back here first. Let's check the noise. So this is on turbo, everything maxed. Turn that down so she's not talking. It's certainly not silent, but it's quieter than I remember it being. For some reason, I just remember this laptop being noisy, but yeah, things over time in your head just get all messed up. Yeah, and it's a nice, just smooth fan noise. It's not noisy. It's not I wouldn't call it loud or pitchy or whiny. Some of these gaming laptops are really loud, like 60 dB. They can get pretty hefty. Let's come in here and do this though. Performance mode, watch the noise drop. It is a lot quieter on performance mode. Considerably quieter. Let's go to silent. I don't think that's going to perform well in silent. Let's just do it anyways. Actually, it's doing a bit better than I thought. Definitely dropped the performance, but I thought it was going to go down to 4 FPS or something. Fans are still on anyway, so you might as well go with balanced. Let's go back here and check performance one more time. We're going to look at the performance here in this. This is a brutally hard game, so I just want to see kind of... Honestly, we only gained 2 FPS. That's kind of what I remember that for sure. And it's common with a lot of ASUS laptops where turbo isn't always needed. I mean, it does give you a slight edge in terms of performance. Turbo does give you a slight edge in terms of performance, a little bit of an uplift, but in a lot of cases, it hasn't been needed. Like every ASUS laptop that I've really tested, you can often get by with just, balance mode or performance mode, whereas the turbo mode, like you can see here, I'll do it one more time. Let's just hit medium. So that's kind of like medium, and then I just actually turned some of them to medium when they weren't for some reason. We'll leave SSAO on, which is like a lighting effect. That's fine. And what we at here, we're at 1600p. Obviously, we have FSR just on quality actually, so just the lightest little FSR there. Let's see what we get here. If you know anything about Alan Wake 2, you will know this game is horrendous to run. It's incredibly hard to run. This is like you buy yourself a 4090 to play this game. This is 1600p. Now, it is with scaling, but on this little screen, 1600p quality FSR, you're not going to notice it's on. The game looks actually really nice on this smaller screen. Damn, okay. So, I mean, this is a story-based game. You'll be fine playing at 40 FPS, honestly. But let's throw one more little level of FSR on here. We might as well. So we can try balanced. We can try performance, too. As long as you're at 1600p, you're going to be fine. Oh, it's FSR 3. That's why. So FSR 3 is really good, actually. It looks really nice. Yeah, so you can throw it on balance, get a little bit more. You're getting up to almost 50 here at times. Again, this is a very narrative-based story game. You're going to be fine. Like, you're not going to want, you need to play this at 150 FPS. You are going to want to be over 30, but, there's a big jump going from 30 to 50. You're going to get, it looks much smoother, so very, very good there. You could throw on, more modes. You can lower the settings and that too, but basically you can see here, this thing easily handles this game. And if you know about Alan Wake, go out there and look at some desktop GPUs and see how well they do. And, the 4060, right, the 4070, they don't handle this game very well. So I'm pretty impressed with these results here. Okay, and here's where things get interesting. Games like Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy loves AMD GPUs. because oftentimes AMD GPUs have a ton of memory bus or memory bandwidth. So, this is like a 4060 tier GPU, and my 4060 can't keep up with this right here. This is ultra 1600p. Now I do have quality FSR, just quality, not even balanced, just a little bit of FSR. And we're on ultra here. Watch some of my videos. I have tons of game testing videos using the 4060 and the 4070, and they can't perform this well in Hogwarts Legacy. I can guarantee you that. Just watch my videos, go back and watch them, or someone else's, whatever. But you'll see here, the reason why is AMD, you get tons of VRAM, you can see up here, it's this 8 gigabyte VRAM card, so we got 5600 just used by this game. So, even if Windows is using more, whatever. But there's some games like Hogwarts Legacy that I call the fraud detector. And where a GPU may be able to get really good averages and just absolutely tear through the averages, you get horrible, horrible micro stuttering. You can watch, again, my videos testing the 4060 and 4070. I have tons of them. And with NVIDIA GPUs, you really got to get up to those 4080, 4090, or 3080. 3080 is fine, and you'll get great performance, obviously. You're pretty much good to go there, and that's the thing. So you may look at it and say, oh, the 4060 is a newer GPU. I have no problem with the 4060. 4060 in the 2023 model and the 2024 model, it's a good GPU. One of the benefits of the 4060 and the 4070 is they scale very well at low wattages. So if you throw, down to like 40 watts or something like that, they actually do really well, to be honest. They do really, really well. So that's basically the video here for the game testing portion of it. Basically, the 6800S is still a monster GPU. It's not going to outperform a 4080. It's not going to outperform a 4090. In a lot of cases, it will be performing around a 4060. That's basically where you're going to get. There are games like Hogwarts Legacy, and you'll see that the 6800S here just shines, absolutely sings in this game. Look at those lows, right? Those are very, very good lows. So my friends, what was my experience using the 2022 G14 in 2024? Awesome. We'll just cut straight to the chase. Awesome. This laptop was fantastic when it came out. It was amazing at the time. The 6800S drivers were kind of not mature when it first came out. And, over time, those drivers got a lot better. And you can see them absolutely singing nowadays. You're playing games like Alan Wake, brand new 2023 end of year games. You're playing games like Hogwarts Legacy that can really cripple a mobile GPU like a 4060 or 4070, and this thing has no problems with it. This thing sings and performs admirably in 2024. This is not, you're not going to get this and say, oh, I'm compromising on this laptop. Oh, I got this laptop and it really, it was cheaper and it's okay, it performs okay for the price. No, this is a nice ass laptop. Awesome laptop, awesome laptop. I think this one is this one may potentially get my, seal of approval for this older laptop from a couple years. Is still super awesome in 2024. Is that a word I can give it? Because I think that the 2022 Zephyrus G14 with that 6800S and that QHD screen is an absolute winner in 2024, and I think it should be on your consideration